Good evening, everybody, and welcome into another Break Brothers video. Today we have something pretty cool and pretty sad to talk about at the same time. As you can see from the title, we got scammed. So I think in our last video we talked a little bit about how we're pretty close to starting up some of our breaks, and we're just waiting for some of our inventory to come in. And one of those pieces of inventory we're waiting for to come in was the Brilliant Stars booster boxes that we're going to be including in our group breaks. So the package finally came in, and to be honest, we were a little bit skeptical to begin with when we first ordered it. I was a little bit skeptical, we'll say. Joe, who's over there on controls, hi Joe.
Hi guys.
So Joe thought he was getting a good deal, right? And the saying "too good to be true." When you see a deal that just seems like it's too cheap or just seems like too good of a deal, it usually is, right? And that's what I tried to explain to him, especially with how the card market and the Pokemon market is in general right now, where there's such high demand. There's just scammers all over the place. And a couple of the red flags that we saw from the post, which you're going to see on the screen here in a second, was number one is the price was obviously much lower than what it's going for right now. So Brilliant Stars booster boxes right now are going for roughly about $130 to $140 a piece, and I believe these were listed for right around $85 a piece, if I'm not mistaken, right, Joe?
I don't remember if it was 80 or 90.
So obviously the price was a pretty big difference, and obviously for someone who's trying to start a business, you want to try and make your profits and stuff like that, price can be very appealing. But obviously with that price being that low, it drew some red flags. And the second big part that was a big red flag was where the package was coming from, which is China. And obviously whenever you see stuff that's coming from overseas, there's always big possibility of scammers, because it just seems like they have easier access to the technology over there to print the kind of scam cards and stuff that you see more often. So, I mean, those were obviously the two big things. So we waited. It took, I don't know, what, about 3 weeks to a month for the package to come in?
Yeah, I think it was about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it was well communicated, we'll say. The package, the tracking was all there. We knew exactly where the package was coming from, and when it entered the ports and when it went through customs and all that kind of stuff. So everything seemed good on that part of it. And then finally we got the package a couple days ago, and I opened it up. And I'm going to show you here what we got. So, as you can see, right, we obviously opened the package, and then I opened up the bubble wrap on this package here. But we didn't go, I'm going to put these three aside for right now. We didn't go any further than that. I didn't need to go any further than that. To be honest with you, as soon as I lifted the package up, I knew that it was a problem. So, the first thing that caught my eye was just how much it weighed. And obviously you can't see it here on the screen, but most of your booster boxes, at least modern day booster boxes, should weigh somewhere between 0.8 to 0.9 pounds. And as soon as I picked this up, I knew it felt light. So we have a scale that we use for shipping and stuff like that, and I measured it on there, and it was only registering at 0.6 pounds. I think one of the packages was even 0.5, and that was including the bubble wrap. So with the bubble wrap off, I'm sure it would even be less. So the weight was obviously the first big thing. Second thing that really caught my attention was the wrapping on it. So first off, they actually have the Pokeballs printed on the wrapping. You can see on all legitimate Pokemon packs, you're going to have the Pokemon logo with the Pokeball behind it. But it's made out of like some type of powderish material that's put on top of the plastic, and you can see it's going to be hard to show on the video here, but it still has the Pokemon printed on it. So as soon as you're looking through the package through the bubble wrap, it looks okay, but when you actually take it off and look at it, you can see the difference right away, that the Pokeball and the Pokemon logo is actually printed into the plastic. It's not on top of it, so it's actually part of it. It doesn't rub off.
Yeah, show them how.
You see how it rubs off here, and on you could see it's rubbed away on certain parts of it already, but if I rub it with my finger, you can see how it's coming off, and it's kind of like a powder material on the tip of my finger here. So that was another giveaway. Next part. Now this one actually was, the packs were actually facing the right direction. A lot of times with fake packs, you're going to see that the packs are facing sideways, so you'll be able to see the face of the pack like this, right? And it would just face them all like that. This one, actually, they were facing the correct direction, so it was 2 stacks of 18 the way it's supposed to be. But you could see on the sides here that there's writing visible on all the packs. And if you have the packs in here the correct way, facing like this, you're not going to see writing on them. So the reason why these packs are showing the writing is probably because the centering is just off on the pack so bad that where the writing is kind of hanging over. So that was, you know, 3 main red flags. And honestly, like, we didn't even need to open this stuff in order to know that it was fake. So we basically contacted eBay and got a refund for it. Luckily, we were able to get the refund for it. Sometimes you're not going to be able to, especially if you open it. And that's why we were pretty adamant on not opening the box. But we did get the refund, and they're not even requiring us to send the package back to them. So we thought it'd be a great idea to use this for you guys to kind of just show off some of the stuff out there in hopes that this kind of scam isn't going to happen to you guys. So far, you got the points that we talked about to be careful of, but I wanted to go into this pack and actually open it up and see some of the stuff. I honestly, I have no idea what to expect here. These might not be Pokemon cards at all. Could be G.I. Joes for all I know. But we're going to open it up and we're going to show you. Also, using the rip test, we'll explain that in a second, kind of another big indicator of fake packs. You could see the package were also damaged as well. Almost every box had some form of damage on it too. So crack this bad boy open. We can get this off to the side. And then I also have some fresh packs here that we know are good, and we're going to use them to show you, using the rip test, the difference between a fake card and a real card. Okay, so I will say, okay, well, I didn't notice that before. The folding of the package here, the perforation, actually, like with all Pokemon packs, it's not a dotted line perforation like this. It breaks off a lot easier. Usually when you're just bending this back panel back, the perforation will break and you'll be able to pull the back panel up, but it's, yeah, so that's another giveaway right there. It's pretty bad. So here's an example of the pack. You can see the colors are completely different. Like, it's actually a pretty decent pack art. It looks really, really close, if not exact to the original, but the colors are just way more brilliant on them than they are in an original pack art. And
also the silver on the top and bottom.
Oh yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, so you can see the crimp is definitely not the same. Yeah, and then if we go to the back here, you can see what I'm talking about with the centering of the pack. So the lettering on the side of the real pack, you can see on this pack it actually overflows over to the side, which is why you're seeing the lettering all over the side of the box. So that's the real one there. Let's open up a couple of these fake guys and see what we got in here. You know, we might not even be able to show you what the rip test is on the scam cards, because this might not even be real Pokemon cards in here. I really have no idea what to expect. Man. So right away you can see the centering is just god awful. You can see there's one card that's even facing the wrong direction. There could be like 10 Charizards in this pack for all we know. The cards are bent. The font that's on them is not true to Pokemon's font. Wow, we got 2 V hits in one pack. Luminion V and a Morpeko V. The centering is god awful. How many cards are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least they got the number right. You can see some cards are upside down. And the printing on the cards is just, it's bad. Like, let's open up a real pack to show you kind of what the difference is. You can tell the ink that they use just isn't the same because the colors just are way too brilliant on the fake packs. See if we got anything close to the same here. A lot of greens in that pack. Here we go. There's an Execute. So you could see the background on the fake card is completely different. This kind of has like a less, I don't know what the word I would use for it is, like it's less pronounced with the yellow in the background. The size of the actual artwork is different. It's pretty bad. You could see, like I said, the font is just not the same. This is definitely more bolded font in the real card.
The border's way bigger on the fake card.
Mostly because of it being off cut, right? So the size of the card is the same, physically the size, but the borders are just way different because it's cut so badly. These fire cards are obviously like, these are the more dead giveaways. I wish I had a fire card in here, but like the color of this is just way too bright. And again, like the yellow that's kind of fading through the background here is just way too strong. Okay, so here's a blue one, right? I've got another blue card here to show you kind of what I'm talking about. You can see how the white showing through the blue here is very subtle, and on this it's much more pronounced. And then obviously, like we were talking about before, there's the rip test, right? So the rip test is basically this: we take one card and you rip it in half, and what you should see here is a line of black, right? The way that Pokemon cards work is that there's actually a layer of like ink in between the front and the back of the card on the inside. So if we take, you know, just any old regular real Pokemon card, regular common card, you can see when we rip it open there that there's a layer of black on the inside there. That's one of the biggest things that you can tell. You can see it on that one too. One of the biggest things you can use to tell if a card is real or not. Now, obviously, the signs that this was fake, you should be able to tell long before you even get to the point of rip testing cards. But I have seen some where the packs are just absolutely flawless looking. The boxes itself look great. So there might come a time where you actually need to rip test it. But in this particular instance, it was pretty obvious without ripping that they were fake cards long before we even broke the packs open. So that about does it. We got one more pack here. We'll just open this up for fun and see. This was Charizard pack, so let's see if we could possibly get ourselves a hit in the real packs of cards. And then see if we have time to open up a couple of the fake packs to see what we get. We got a Weevil reverse and an Infernape holographic. Okay, so we did get a hit, but nothing too crazy. We mainly just bought these real packs to show you guys the difference with a rip test between a fake card and a real card. Let's crack a couple more of these open. Just look, you can see the seal. The seam is even broken on this one. Let's see if we can get a pack with like multiple Charizards in it. Man, that just looks terrible. The reverse hollows are really off. Oh, we got 2 energies in this one. Nice. Okay.
And obviously, guys, just so you know, we will not put these back into circulation. We're gonna trash them.
Look at that, Shaman. You can't even make out the V-Star at the top there because it's just so bad. Oh, nice. Double hitter. Got the Entei V and the Shaman V. Or the V-Star. Yeah, this is pretty bad. You know, so you can see I am, I can't tilt my camera towards it, but we're throwing these cards out the second we get done this video. We literally just wanted to save this stuff to show you guys and use it for informational purposes to hopefully prevent this from happening to anybody else. in the future. Last pack we'll open up here. Oh, Aggron VMAX. Let's go. Double hitter pack, double hitter. Negative. Oh, we didn't even get a reverse holo in this one. Yeah. All right. So that about wraps it up, guys. Please, please, please. Like I said, if something looks too good to be true, it probably is. There are good deals out there sometimes you can find, but you're mainly only going to be talking about a difference of a couple dollars here or there, maybe $10 at the most. If you find something is just ridiculously cheap, it's probably not going to be real. And if you guys have any questions or any concerns about any of this, if there was something in the video that I didn't cover that you wanted to ask, just feel free to shoot something over to us. We'd be happy to answer any questions for you. But other than that, it about wraps it up. Joe, you got anything you wanted to add in?
Just stay safe out there and buy from the U.S. I don't think you have any worries if you're buying from U.S. places.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely see almost all of the scams out there that I've seen have come from other countries. It's not always China, but a lot of times it is from Southeast Asia in some form of fashion. But yeah, so guys, please, if you don't mind helping us out here, subscribing to the channel and giving a likes to the video, we'd really appreciate it. We hope that we have helped some of you guys out here with this information. And check out our socials, like we talked about in the previous videos. We're going to be posting some information, for the upcoming breaks and some giveaways that we're going to be doing for some of the cards that we're pulling in these videos. So, check out our socials right now. Twitter and Facebook are the two ones that we're using mainly. And then, like I said, the streams, follow us here on YouTube. And then we're also going to be streaming on Twitch as well. Break Brothers on Twitch. So if you wanted to follow us on there for when we go live for the breaks, that would be fantastic. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate it and have a good night.